Sibbly bam bam beden.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, yo. It's the science man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Straight from a lady.
Yeah.
Started a winner singer.
Hello and greetings to all our followers at RiddimOperator radio show and Reggae.Si webpage. Today we are talking with multi-talented artists, singer and host Summer. Sorry, I just like to say that. That's like
Summer. Thank
how are
you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem, anytime. How are you? You feeling good?
Yeah, man, it's a good feeling. It's a good vibe. As you said, it's summertime. And it's a good day, so I'm happy to be here.
Exactly. We are happy to have you here. So let's start with a short introduction of yourself. Tell us basically who is Summer.
All right. So Summer is a Jamaican artist who produces fusion music with a balance between R&B and reggae. That's my style. And, my aim right now is just to expand my fan base and to shine my light across the world.
All right, so we are happy to help you expand your fan base here at Slovenia in Balkan area.
Oh, thank you.
Let's start with, when did you first know you wanted to be an entertainer? Because you are an artist, you host shows, you are an entertainer. So when did you know you wanted to be that?
The truth is, I know this is cliche, but ever since I was a little girl, I would always want to participate in graduation singing, in skits, in plays. I've always been like an expressive young girl, and I've always been in love with entertainment ever since I known myself. I always just sing, every chance I get dance. I always want to be in skits and acting, so it's just always been a love of mine.
All right, so how about basically, when did you first start performing music? Your first single was at 211, right?
211.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2011. Yes. About that time, I had my first official single.
Yeah. So the first single was Country Bus, released under the Saint B's Records.
Exactly. Ooh, you did your homework, sir.
Yes, of course. I always do my homework. Tell us, how did you? You lived in Jamaica back then, right?
Yeah.
Because now you're living in Spain, but we are gonna come back to that. Tell us how did that link up became? How did you get to the studio, the label?
Okay, well, actually, what happened is my cousin, who was my manager at the time, Andy was away for a long time to live in England, and he got back to Jamaica, and we just met up back, to cement the link, just to get close with each other. And I said to him, he heard my voice and he said, "Oh my God, you sound amazing," because we didn't grow up together, And I said, "Yeah, I've always loved him." He said to me, "You know what? I want to produce you. Let's do this." And I said to him, "Are you sure? Because you're my cousin. I'm so small." At the time, he's like, "Yes, let's do this." So he opened a studio called St. Beck's Records, and he hired a producer, and we became a team. And we started writing music. I wrote, he did the instrumental. He started branding my image, and before we released the official single, he said, "Summer, let's enter a competition to get a little exposure." And that's when I entered Reggae.Si Rising Star, which is like a talent competition in Jamaica. And I made it to the finals, and then I got eliminated. And I think that was the first time I had the harsh reality of music. And then immediately after, my cousin said, "You know what? Let's use this publicity and attention now to release some singles." And that's how it all started.
Nice. Well, your cousin sounds like a good man.
He is a good man.
Yeah, I was wanted to ask you about that show that you entered. Did it help the publicity?
You know what it is? I guess a little bit. I would say it didn't really help that much. because I mean I did get like bad backlashes on the internet because you know how it is.
Yeah.
But the attention wasn't as long because it's not like I was first place. But what he did do is immediately after the TV exposure, he started promoting my music. We tried to be at every event as possible. We tried to do little things for exposure, but that's when we started.
All right. Well, under the label Saint Bees Records, you also released "Don't Need Another," featuring Warrior King, Young Gal, Jesse James, Summertime, all great tracks. But I wanted to know, so many tracks and not an album. Why wait until now?
That's a really good question. Actually, because, at the time with Andy, his strategy was different from my manager that I have now. Because back then, his main focus was to try to use each single to try to grow my fan base. But unfortunately, we had a disagreement with the entire team had a disagreement. We decided to just, part ways business-wise. I decided to go to college. And so what's the difference now is that when I moved to Spain, meeting Raskuko, who's my producer, he really showed me a different perspective of music. Also because he gave me enough time to grow vocally. And so I'm able to better express myself. So now I feel like I've matured. I have the experience to now do an album.
Nice. Well, on that note, I still can wait to hear it. But
my God.
Yeah. So you were born in Jamaica and now you live in Spain.
Yeah, man.
Tell us about the move. How did it affect you? I mean, why the move and how did it affect you?
Wow. Good question. Okay, everybody asks this story all the time. It's actually a love story. My husband is Spanish. So we met after college. I started working on the TV program, having my own program, because my intention was to build my brand through the media and then branch off again in music. Because, in Jamaica, it's a very hard industry, the music industry, especially for females. So I was thinking about different ways to get people's attention. So at the time, Carlos and I met because he was a general manager at a hotel in Jamaica. Things spiraled out very, very fast, and he asked me only after a couple of months if I would marry him. And I'm like, what? I was very shocked. And then he said to me, move back to Spain with me. At the time, I was very nervous, to be honest, because one, I just started my TV show and I had this plan in my head and I'm thinking, God, what is happening? Do I go off with the one I love and give up my dreams here? Because I wasn't sure how Spain would work with my music, but I took the risk. And I told Carlos that, listen, if I come here and I don't like it, then I leave. I
Perfect.
came here and I fell in love with the country.
That's how we Europeans roll. When we like something, we kind of take it. No, I'm just joking.
Good stuff, but I like that though.
Thanks. All right, so let's go along with your music. In 2014, you recorded a song called "Woman Pleaser" on Lawyer Riddim.
Yes.
All right, and then as I researched, you had a 2-year pause.
Yes, it was a 2-year pause.
Yeah. Why?
Okay, so that pause was so being in college, because I studied journalism in school, and just because I was constantly trying since I was 12 years old of professionally doing music, and it was just such a struggle, because in the industry it was about links, it was about money. In Jamaica it was about who who knows you. A lot of producers wanted to sexualize you as a female. So I was going through a really, really hard phase where I was trying to figure out, okay, Summer, who do you want to be? Do you want to be sexualized? Do you want to, I was just really trying to figure stuff out. And then in the middle of falling in love and being able, I would have to immigrate, it was just such a hard time for me. So I decided to just take the break, just figure it out. But one thing I've always kept focus on is like, I have to figure it out soon enough so I can get right back in it. Because I've been working my entire childhood life on this career, and I didn't want to just give it all up just because I'm a little bit stressed.
All right. So then came Note to Self in 2016. That was under the new label, Chris Genius Music and Music House, right?
Yeah.
So again, a question like before from Jamaica. How did you link up? I mean, was that pre? I mean, did you? I forgot the word. Sorry, just give me
Don't worry. Like, how did it happen?
Give me a second, please.
I will.
Did you? Was that planned, or did you just came about and said, "All right, let's record the song"?
Actually, when I was doing music with Andy back in the day, before then, Chris Genius did some promotion for us. So he knew of me and he saw me performing, and he's always been supportive of my career. And when I finally, after my frustration and my break, I started reaching out to a lot of producers, because I said to myself, if I have to do this on my own and by myself, I will do that. I'd rather do that than to let somebody sexualize me or to do music that I'm not in love with or proud of. So I reached out to Chris and I said, man, do you have any instrumental? I want to do this even if I have to do it alone. And so I started recording again.
Nice. Well, you also, from then on, you also recorded tunes like Grown, Closure, Vanilla. But the most recent new release is entitled Old School.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's the newest single from your upcoming album, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Now, tell us more about the song. We all love the old school, at least.
Oh, nice.
I mean, we love the old school. But what exactly did you want to say with that song? What is the message of the song?
Well, with Old School, the intention is to introduce my sound because, back in the day, my voice was very young. I was trying to find what genre I love. So the first song on my album, this Old School, is like a very old school vibe, but I wanted to put a new school twist on it, which is basically my personality. And the message behind this song is that, I'm in love with the old school way of things. I like how the old school men would wine and dine a woman. I like how they treat their females. So that was my intention, to say that I rather the old school way.
Nice. So a note to our followers: if you love the old school, go check out Summer and the old school track. Please do that.
Exactly.
2018 was quite a year for you. You performed on Rototom, Negra Fest, Sunblast, and so on and so on. Was that your first big trip, like for festivals?
Yes, it was. 2018 was one of the best years of my life, I would say, because after coming to Spain, meeting Rascuco, and we decided to do a joint album together, it was just life-changing because he really helped me with my harmonies. He gave me so much more confidence, and also I was sure of my sound. So after that, everything took off. We were being booked for different festivals, different opportunities, and it was just amazing.
Nice. So how did you experience the traveling, the staying at the hotels? Was it tough, or did you like
exhausting? Oh my god. Listen to me, man. Like, I did so many vlogs on my YouTube channel because I wanted people to see that it wasn't all roses and petals, It was a wonderful experience, but it was so exhausting. I remember actually going to Rotterdam. We were traveling like the day before. Everything was packed. I just had like 5 minutes in the hotel, then I have to go to the show, then I'm there all night, then I have to catch a flight the next day. It was very, very exhausting, but I mean, I love it. It's like a drug to me because this is what I've always wanted, to perform, to travel, and just to be happy.
Well, I certainly hope we can see you someday here at anywhere here on Balkan, or I hope any managers, and if you're listening, invite Summer here. Promoter, invite Summer.
If you're listening, I'm here in Spain. I'll fly right over.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
All right, so let's just leave music for a minute. You are also quite busy on social media. You have your own vlogs, videos, shows. Would you say from your perspective, is it easier for young artists like yourself, and others, to deal with all the technology, and is that an advantage nowadays for promotion?
Exactly. I definitely think it's an advantage because social media have so-called made a lot of people famous, and I think it's a good platform for people to get publicity, especially if you're into media and music. It is very difficult, however, because everybody is coming out with more creative way to get people's attention, and now people attention span is even shorter, so now you have to be even super more creative in order to get audience on your page. But I do believe if you're consistent and you're good at what you do, then people stick around. And that's what I'm hoping, that people stick around.
Nice. Yeah, 'cause my question was because of we were talking before about backslashes and people nowadays having opinions on everything.
Exactly.
How do you as an artist deal with that everyone can have an opinion, not just professionals, but everyone?
I've learned to accept that everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I think what's important is for us as individuals to just focus on our opinion and our beliefs, and we need to have a strong foundation. Therefore, when somebody gives their opinion, you can take good criticism and you can grow and learn. But it's also important that we know ourselves so we don't lose ourselves in the process.
Yeah, true, that's true.
Exactly. Because once you know who you are, if somebody says to you, boy, I don't like your hair, you can say, well, I'm sorry that my hair offends you. However, this is who I am. And then you have to accept that it's not everybody going to love you and everything that you do.
Yeah, but also if you believe what you're doing and you have a pure heart, then any backslash is basically not flash, right?
There you go.
All right. About the vlogs, I found this vlog entitled "Changing the World Through Photography."
Oh my God! You really
hold on. I'm not finished. Your explanation why even record such a blog, such a video. Well, basically on that note, I fell in love with you and I fell in love with what you do. So, yeah, true. So please share the thought with our audience and tell everyone why they need to see it. Because also I, Žare, from Slovenia, I want everybody from Slovenia to go check out that blog.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. I did that blog because I feel like as a Black woman, there was a lot of representation of our image, especially back in the day. I was doing a birthday party last year and I couldn't find a picture with a Black girl in the pool in a vintage outfit, with like a 90s or 80s look. All the pictures that came up with either associated with slavery or was just very, exposed. And it really broke my heart because I was saying, man, imagine if I have a daughter, she can't look at the TV and feel represented, or she can't look, back in the day and feel represented. So I said, I definitely have to change the way the world looks at us women, So I started this portfolio with some talented people here to recreate some different images from some different scenes, as a Black woman.
Well, like I said, I fell in love with it. So, I know why you did it, but basically it goes to all female listeners. Women are a half of the world, so.
Exactly.
All right. You also hosted Just Summer, Yaman. Right?
Sorry. Yeah. Oh my God, I love you.
Sorry, my pronunciation maybe isn't just perfect.
No, it's perfect.
All right. You talked there with different artists, other known people. Your guests were Shensa, Ari Lopez, Marlon Birdbridge. A lot of people everybody knows. So tell us more about that project. Is it still going on? was that your idea? Who was behind it?
Actually, so that was a project I started right before I came to Spain, and I had to give it up because my intention at the time in Jamaica, after just leaving the media school, I decided that I wanted to, create a platform where I'm still able to show my personality, and then eventually I would introduce my music. Because in Jamaica, I was doing it the other way around. I was trying with my music, it wasn't working. So I decided, okay, let me try media, and then eventually introduced my music through my media platforms. So I came up with the idea. I spoke with the owner of the TV station, it's Hype TV in Jamaica. It's a good friend of mine. He always loved my music and respected me. And I said, listen, I want to start a program advertising, because being an artist in Jamaica, you know a lot of our fellow artists, a lot of popular people. So I said, you know what, let me use what I have. What I have is the knowledge of people. I know a lot of people. So I'm going to put a platform where I can introduce them, interview them, show a different side of them to the world. And as my audience grow, then I can introduce my music. So that was my intention at the time.
Well, I'm sad to hear it's over. I mean, I hope it's not over.
I know.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future I'd love to start back, but I had to give it up when I was moving.
I watched it and it was really good, really good. Shelly and Wix was my favorite. Another subject that is actually, it's popular here and worldwide, are refugees. You are a part of, you recorded for Open Arms project.
Yes.
The CD was called Reggae Can Help, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that project and how everyone can help?
Well, the Open Arms charity is a charity organization here in Europe, and what it does is provide food, safe landing for refugees at sea. There are lots of people, or immigrants, who will travel across the sea, and most of them die at sea because there is no help from the Coast Guard who bring them food for dehydration, medicine, etc. So this charity company, they're not really involved in the after process. Like, for example, they don't determine whether or not the refugees stay in the country or they leave. What they do is they just provide medicine, they provide safe landing to the shore, and then pass them over to the authorities, and they provide water for dehydration. So I was invited to be a part of such an amazing project by Raskuko, who produced an album, and the sales from the album went to this Open Arms charity.
Nice. So if anybody wants to contribute to this project, is just...
If anybody... Exactly. Just need to go on the website, which is www.openarms.com, and you can also use the hashtag on Instagram, Open Arms Charity, and then you will see further details on how you can donate to this cause.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. Serious topics aside, a question I like to ask basically all artists I interview.
Okay.
Tell me, but it's a difficult one because nobody likes to answer that. Tell me your favorite song. Tell me your favorite song, artist, or what is the most played song on your playlist right now?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have 3 favorite songs on my playlist. Can I go with 3?
Yeah, of course.
And it's going to blow your mind because you would never expect for me to have this on my playlist. Okay, so 1, I have the entire Kenny Rogers album on my playlist, which I play a lot, okay?
All right.
Which is a country music, but I'm in love.
Yeah. But Kenny...
The second one I have is Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, from the movie, her entire album playlist. I'm just in love at the moment, and I really can't stop listening. And the third song that I'm constantly playing is Dexter Dobbs, No Underwear, okay?
All right.
So those are what I constantly listen to. Those are my 3 moods for the day, really.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That was one of the best answers I got from that question
so
from
awkward,
any artist. Since you are I mean, you are a role model. Basically, you should be a role model for females and everyone. I would love if you could give some message or advice to all our lady followers, our listeners.
Hello, beautiful ladies. If you're listening today, my advice is to always believe in yourself, no matter what. Also, don't ever let anybody tell you how to be, how to use your body, or how you should dress, or how you should be represented. You are a beautiful woman. You're strong. You're powerful, and your body, your choice, baby.
Perfect. Now, ladies, rewind that and listen it to again.
Exactly.
All right. So, basically, also another question I also like to ask artists, because you are involved in music.
Yeah.
Tell me, who would you recommend? What new artist would you recommend for us? I mean, who is on your radar lately? Who of new reggae or non-reggae? It doesn't matter.
That's a really good question, and I never thought about that. I'm just like, what new artist am I into right now? You know, I found an artist. It was 2 days ago. I don't remember her name, unfortunately, but she was on The Voice, and she's from Italy. She has a lot of tattoos, and my producer was showing me her on the internet, and I just fell in love. So I'm going to have to get her name so I can, send her to you. I've never met her. I don't even know her, but I heard her voice, and I fell in love.
Perfect. I will do a research. No worries. All right. So let's go back, because we are here. Basically, you will release a first debut album.
Yeah.
In this year, right?
Yes.
All right. So when can will we get our hands on it?
Actually, you know, I don't have the release date at the moment, but I definitely, I'm sure that is before the year end. But our intention is to release about 2 more singles before we drop the album. For example, the end of this month, I'll be dropping my new single called Crush, featuring one of my friends from Madrid. He's an amazing artist, Lazaya Music. So he's on this track with me. It's called Crush. It's a summer single. It definitely shows a different side to my personality. Then after that, we're going to drop another one, and then that's when we're going to release the album.
Perfect. So, is the new single Crush? Can we hear some? I mean, is it anywhere online yet?
Nowhere online. Actually,
you have some acoustic version on YouTube,
exactly.
But I don't know which song.
There you go. I have an acoustic version of the song out, and I did release a teaser video for the official music video, because we finished shooting and everything. So at the end of June, we're gonna drop the single with the official video.
Perfect.
But the official instrumental is not out or anything, only an acoustic version.
Well, basically, just make it happen, because we would love to hear it.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna send you.
Thank you.
For sure.
So, okay, what's next for you? Any new festival gigs upcoming? Where can people see you in Europe?
Well, actually, so on the 21st of this month, I will be in La Palma for a show. You can check my social media for details. I also will be in Aqua Festival in Soria in Spain. Also, that's July 26th, and on the 27th of July as well, I'll have another festival. So what I want everybody to do is to go on my social media accounts, which is SumeRR Official. That's 1 and 2 R's, like SumeRR Official with 2 F's, the English official. And then you can go for Instagram, Facebook, and then you'll see the details of my festival. I posted the flyers there.
Perfect. Well, people who are listening, go follow SumeRR.
Yes, guys, follow me.
Well, for the last thing, I would just like to thank you, and I really hope I can catch you in a concert anywhere soon.
I would love that. Oh my days.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a lovely evening or day.
You
I don't
too,
know.
sweetheart. Bye-bye.